This is a wrap-up film for this project, more or less. We still have things to do up here on the second floor, but this is just to cover a few of the items that at least the builder ought to know. It could behoove them to know. And just a few details, really, that a person should know. So first of all, with this, we come down to a maximum of 15 inches, 2 risers down to this patio here. And then from this point here, this patio has to slope out to even height all the way around here for this wall, which is level. Notice also these risers, these are 6 risers, is integrated, and same with this side. The top stair forms the margin for the patio here and here. But the way I took up the slop in this was everything sloping from here out to here, and at the same all the way around. And right here is where I have this, and it's level across the top of this stair here, and then it slopes severely right here to its final resting level for the whole margin. And you can see that I've added an extra step stone and an extra one of these capstones here, and I've eliminated that bottom piece of cable from this section here. And this is probably meets code. It's probably a really close call to have that 36-inch height here. It's obviously it's 36 to the railing all out here. Here it probably gets a little dicey. So what this means for this is the person has to be careful. I haven't sized exactly how high these patio wall stones are, nor how high the caps. I think the existing cap, I think Rob said it was 3.5, but I never finished modeling that. But all of that will have to be accounted for, as well as how these cable rails are going to handle it here. But that was the way I did that, and your patio contractor or wall contractor may have different ideas, but that was the way I did it. And secondly, or the next thing, and I talked to Carl about this bay window is going to be one of 2 heights, and we've already specified it's going to be the shorter one. It's going to be a 36-inch high one. And if that is pushed up all the way, the idea is to push that up all the way, and there's room to have the header across there. Push that up all the way so that this piece of fascia that already exists and is level with the top of these windows continues around and across the top of those windows there. And if the door is shorter than that, then you can just use expander at the top part of that door to make that gap complete. Also, it's probably obvious, but this end of the roof just finishes an inch or so beyond. I have this piece carrying down. All of this siding is getting replaced. You don't have to carry this piece down one way or the other. And then the roof over here, though, it goes over a little bit on that side, obviously just to cover the wall on that side. And then dies up under. This is not quite complete there, but it dies up underneath that one, hopefully like this. And this is how everything should look. I have to add that access panel, and in the final drawing it's added, and it's right here where its edge is aligned with this edge. Next, and I don't want to belabor this point, but it's with regard to these floor covering transitions. And after I stepped through this, I'm really hoping you can just find one product that covers all of this, because I found no real pleasing way to make this happen, either really on paper or in reality. And that's the square rectangular bar that we've been working with. And I did bring this curved one back in for consideration just for this film, because I'm pretty sure we had eliminated that. But I brought it back in for this film. And with the rectangle one, you can use any of these transitions here. So that's the final seat. And if it's the round one, though, you're pretty much limited to this transition here. So I limited my modeling to those 2. That would work with either of them there. And maybe, depending upon the floor covering, this looks better than what, in reality, than what it does to me this way. But I didn't think there was any way to end that floor covering anywhere but at the rear of that island cabinet, because that's just, no. And this end isn't really that much, doesn't help us at all, and maybe that has to just come all the way over like this. or like I said, some miracle product that can just do this and have this space altogether. Anyway, and then the final thing I just want to mention is, with regard to this facade here, the face of this wall, which carries the crown, and the crown comes across, straight across, dictates really where the face of this stone has to end, or because it has to go up behind this crown. Same with these soffits. The front of these 3-inch soffits finish at the front of that wall there. So maybe that wall is built deeper or less deep, because I know once this stone, the existing stone, is taken off of this, 2 inches worth of added stone is not going to bring that out far enough for this. So that was the last thing I wanted to mention, really with regard to it, to the project in general. But I will flip back here for a minute. And I would just say, this is probably going to be something like the arrangement. So you should at least have enough siding to do this. And this is wrong here. This roof comes up, as you know. We've just discussed this. Get enough siding as shown here, because hopefully we can firm up this upstairs design in the next several weeks and have that just done at the same time. But that is all I wanted to mention for now, in case this project gets underway. As I mentioned in the email, the permit's been approved today, Monday, and can be picked up any time. So, but if there are any questions, I'm not far away, and I'm happy to drive up there and participate in anything you need. And that's all. Thanks very much, and I will be in touch.